just have nothing to live for. I'm trying to speak out too much so that they'll kill me. I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready for them to take me. I'm ready for them to kill me. I'm ready for them to silence me. I'm ready. I'm here. I'm ready. Please. Please. Just end it. Because I don't want to do this anymore. I wake up every morning knowing that my life is over, that they have taken my life and I'll never get it back. Nobody's ever going to believe me. Nobody's ever going to be able to help me without being in danger themselves. I wake up every morning and all I want is to die. I haven't been eating. I haven't been taking care of myself. Today, all I did was sleep, and every time I woke up, I realized that I was still alive, and I just couldn't bear it any longer. I wake up and I go to bed with the same thought every day, and that's, please, God, kill me and let this end. I have absolutely nothing to hope for anymore. The cult has taken everything away from me except my life. And they forced me to continue living so that they could continue profiting off of my pain. And there's nobody alive that can help me. There's nobody alive that can stop them. There's nobody that will even believe me. And I'm not lying. Before the cult came, I had everything I needed. I had medication, I had friends, I had therapists and doctors, and I had hope that life was going to get better. And now all I have is a want and desire to die, so that the cult can't hurt me anymore. On days when I don't just sleep, I walk around town crying, knowing that nobody can save me. They will never let me go. They will never let me live because they make too much money off of hurting me. And all I want is to die. All I want is to die. So people keep saying, it's not a cult, you're just stupid. I don't know what else to call an organization of people who take over your entire existence and become dictators to your life. I don't know what else to call them. Before they came into my world, right, I had a doctor. I had a therapist. I was on medication. They came into my life and decided that I didn't have the mental issues anymore, that I didn't need those doctors anymore. They literally wrote to the boards to have the licenses taken away from my doctor and my therapist to stop me from receiving help. What right does anybody have to do that? What right does anybody have to do that? They shouldn't. They shouldn't be allowed, but they are. Because they're a cult. Normal human beings don't get to do that to random strangers on the street. Y'all want to pretend you don't even know me. You literally had my therapist reported to the board to take away her license. You don't do that to somebody you don't know, and you don't do that to somebody that you don't want to hurt. Because if somebody is seeing a therapist, it means that they need help and they're trying to get help. And if you're trying to take that help away from them by going to the highest level, by trying to discredit the help just to take that help away. You don't get to pretend like you only want what's best for the person. You literally contacted the board to take away their license. You don't want help from me. You want me to have no help. You want the people helping me to be discredited and have their lives ruined just because they tried to help me. They took my entire life story and changed it to something that they believed it was. I went from being a witness to a murder to being a murderer myself. I never killed anybody, but there's no way anybody's ever gonna believe that because the cult took my story and changed the facts when they relayed it again and created a crime that I didn't commit. Just like every time I go outdoors, they're following me to make sure that nobody helps me, because if somebody helps me, they'll punish me for receiving help. They follow me and take pictures and videos of me, and they edit those videos to make it look like I've committed a crime by digging in a garbage can for bottles and cans, by going to a dispensary with $5, by doing anything at all that the cult doesn't deem appropriate. They say that they are my family now. That's something that cults do. These are all pin marks of things that happen when you enter a cult. The cult decides whether you get medication. The cult decides whether you need help. The cult decides everything for you. And that's what's happening to me. You can go back and see comments of Adonis Paul saying, "We better not see you asking for help. We better not see you trying. You will be putting your friends in danger." For over a year, members of the cult messaged my friends on Facebook with lies about me until they stopped being my friends. I have nobody but the cult, because the cult systematically took away everybody else that I had. They went behind my back and messaged everybody who spoke to me. And they lied to them. They told them I was a murderer, that I was going to be going to prison soon, that they better get away from me before that happened. Here it is a year later, I still haven't been spoken to by the police. I'm not going to be, because I didn't commit a crime, no matter how much the cult wants to believe that I did. In the real world, there's no evidence. But they believe it, and they forced my friends to believe it. They forced everybody to believe their lies about me. They took my life and just completely twisted it. I was abused, and they took that and said, "No, you weren't. You were abusive." And it doesn't matter that my family is openly abusive to me on here. Nobody will ever believe me that they're abusive, because the cult has decided that I'm the one that's abusive. And I didn't do anything. My little sister messages me once every 2 years to remind me that she still hates me, but I'm the one that's abusive just because I wrote an anonymous book because I needed to get it out of me. And the cult took that book and they changed everything in it. Everything in it. They made everything in my book not true. They created an entirely new life that I have to live, and I didn't even like my old life. I definitely don't want to live the new one that they created for me. And all the while they've been threatening to kill me, and they won't. They just won't. They have the ability. I'm ready. I'm willing. I won't even fight back at this point. They've already taken everything from me. Why would I fight? I wake up every morning like this. This is me just waking up. The first few minutes realizing that my life is ruined because of this cult that won't release me. And nobody will ever even believe me that they are a cult. That they take donations from their followers to keep their leaders satisfied. That they demand money from their people. If they can't pay it, they get punished, they get used, they get lied about and turned into something for the followers to take from, to not become. I don't know how to explain it. An example. They torture one member to become an example for the others so the others don't mess up. The others know not to do the things that I do because then they'll be tortured the way that I've been. They'll have their entire lives stripped from them and changed. And never given back. I'll never get my life back. I'll never have my friends again. I'll never have anything. The cult has already decided. And they're in control. They took their control and they won't. I'm not strong enough to take it back, and there's nobody that can help me. Because anybody that helps me is in danger themselves. And I just want to die. I just don't want to live this way anymore.